The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Miss Medhavi Simmons. Chapter 9. Medicine. A new and wasty matter occupied Tom's mind. Becky Thatcher had stopped coming to school. Tom had struggled with his pride of a few days and tried to forget her, but failed. He heard that she was ill. If she should die, he no longer took an interest in swimming or even the Sherwood Forest. He went about looking very desperate. His aunt was very worried and began to try all sorts of medicine on him. She bought all the health papers regularly and believed all the solemn nonsense which they contained. The water treatment was new now, and Tom's low condition was an unexpected piece of good fortune to her. She took him out at daylight every morning, stood him up in the Sherwood, and drove him with a flood of cold water. When she rubbed him down with a towel like sandpaper, and so made him recover. Then she rolled him up in a wet sheet and put him away under blankets till she sweat his soul clean and the yellow stain of it came through the skin, as Tom said. Yet, in spite of all this, the boy remained as sad as a, for, a funeral. Aunt Polly decided that this desperation must be broken up at any cost. Now she here for painkiller for the first time. She ordered a dozen bottles at once. She tasted it and was filled with gratitude. It was simply fire in liquid form. She gave Tom a teaspoonful and washed with a deepest ecstasy for the result. A wide look came into Tom's eye. He gave a deep gasp and then stared to rush around the room. Aunt Polly was delighted. Her troubles were over, for the depression was broken up. Tom felt that it was time to wake up to protect himself, so he thought over various plans to relieve and finally decided to pretend to be fond of painkiller. He asked for it so often that he began to nuisance his aunt and by telling him to help himself and stop worrying her, but she watched the bottle secretly. She found that the medicine did really disappear, but it did not occur to her that the boy was curing a crack in the sitting room floor with it. One day, Tom was given medical attention to the crack when his aunt Yellow Cat Potter came along singing, eyeing the spoon greedily. and begging for a taste. Don't ask for it unless you want it, Peter, said Tom. But Peter showed that he did want it. Are you sure? Potter was sure. Now you've asked Now you've asked for it, and I've gave it to you because I'm not selfish. But if you find you don't like it, you mustn't blame anybody but you. Potter still seemed eager, so Tom forced his mouth open and poured down the painkiller. Peter sprang a couple of yards into the air, shouted a war cry, and then flew round and round the room, banging against the furniture, upsetting the flower pot, and causing general destruction. Next, lie rose on his back legs and danced madly around, screaming with joy. Then he went rushing round the house again, spreading more destruction in his path. Aunt Polly entered in time to see him take some astounding leap into the air, give a final pitching scream, and sail through the open window, window, carrying the rest of the flower pot with him. The old lady stood rooted to the floor with astonishment, fearing over her glasses. Tom lay on the floor, splitting his side with laughter. Tom, what on earth is wrong with that cat? I don't know, Aunt, gasped the boy. Why, I've never seen anything like it. What did make him behave like that? I don't know, Aunt Polly. Cats always do Cats always do that when they are enjoying themselves. They do? Do they? There was something in her tone that made Tom expect trouble. The old lady bent down. The handle of the teaspoon was visible under the rug. She took it and held it up. Tom looked guilty. She raised him by usual handle his ear and slapping him. Now, why did you treat now? Why did you treat that poor, dumb creature like that? I was pretending to be his aunt. What do you mean? I was pretending to be his aunt and trying to bring the burden out of him. It was putting the matter in a new light. What was cruel to a cat might be cruel to a boy too. She began to soften. She felt sorry. Her eyes watered a little, and she put her hand on Tom's head and said gently, I didn't mean to be cruel, Tom. And Tom, the medicine did you do good. It did him good too. The way he flew round the room. Oh, run away before you make me lose my temper again. Try to be a good boy for once, and then you need You needn't take any more medicine. Tom rushed school early. It was noticed that this strange thing had been occurring every day. Recently, he waited beside the gate instead of playing with his friend. When Jeff Thatcher arrived, Tom spoke with him and tried to a roundabout way to get some information about Becky, but the stupid boy could not understand what Tom wanted. Tom watched and watched, hoping when a dress came inside, and hating the the old the owner of it as soon as he saw that she was not the right one. When then one one more dress passed in at the gate, and Tom's heart gave a great leap. The next instant of he was shouting, laughing, chasing boys, standing on his head, jumping over the fence at the risk of life and limb, doing all the heroic deeds he could think of, and keeping the eye on Becky Thatcher to see if she was noticed. She never looked. He broke through a group of boys, scattering them in every direction, and fell beside Becky, almost upsetting her. Almost upsetting her. She turned away with her nose in the air. Some people think they are very smart. He hear, he hear her say mockingly. Tom's cheek burned. He rose to his feet and walked away crushed.